Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Divya. Okay, today I'm wearing a salwar kurta because it's Dhanteras, and honestly I don't have anywhere to go, but I got gifted a new Ganesh idol which I put it in our mandir space, and I wanted to wear something Indian, feel that Dhanteras vibe. Anyways, so it's been over 3 months I quit my job and became like a full-time influencer and started taking this journey. Now there are three things that we're gonna do. Okay, first is my blush like a lot? I think I've not blended it. Anyways, so the first thing that I am going to talk about is how and when did it start, this whole journey of being one, starting to make money and all of that. Second is we are going to the mall to pick up some stuff for me, like my contact lenses I need to pick up, so we're going to go do that. And third thing, I'm going to tell you my current life, like of being a full-time influencer and all of that. First things first, disclaimer, I don't script any of my videos, especially these YouTube things and all, because I just come online, I put my phone and I start talking. Now please, I might mess up some facts or numbers or whatever. I'm trying to make this video something light, something that would help you, inspire you, motivate you, whatever. Don't cry in the comments, please. First, my journey as an influencer. Okay, first things first, how did this whole thing start? Okay, one thing I want you guys to know about me is I am an introvert. My problem is I don't get along, like I find it very difficult to make friends or build relationships and all that. I don't have issues in terms of confidence and all. I'm an adult, I'm a 30-year-old woman. I've been a cabin crew, I've done so many things, so I don't have confidence issues or speaking issues and all that. It's different for everyone, right? So anyways, I'm an introvert. And then how did I get into this whole influencer thing? So see, from what I remember, I have always been a kid who loved taking pictures. Like that's something, if you open a family album, if there are 100 pictures, I would be in at least 99 of those, because every time there was a camera and a picture, I would want to be there. So that is something I think I always had. And when social media, Facebook, Instagram and things picked up, I always wanted to click pictures. I would always click pictures, post and all, and that's something that was always part of my life. Now when did this whole influencer kida start? Like let's say, I think 5 years back, I think four years back something, I was in the worst phase of my life. I was going through something like, I think that was actually the worst phase of my life, because I was struggling emotionally, financially, physically. Like I was in the worst mental state, worst physical state. I was worst financially as well. And I just, of course, you know, your YouTube, what are the side hustles and this and that. And I've always been someone who would want to do something, make more money and stuff. So that's when I found, like, you know, I saw that, okay, you know, you come across these videos like, okay, influencers make blah, 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 how I made $1 million in 1 year by putting YouTube videos and stuff like that. But of course, that doesn't happen. But yeah. So I watched all those videos and I was like, okay, I love creating videos. I love doing all of this. And that is actually the time Reel had launch. Like the day I thought, like, okay, let me start posting and let me get more active and stuff, within a week I think UAE launched Instagram Reels. It was already in India but not in UAE. So once it launched, I was like, I was really like struggling what to create, what content to create, what to do, blah blah blah. And then I finally started creating like comedy trends and stuff like that. And I remember my first collab was when I was, I think, at 15 or 18,000 followers, or I think less than 15, to be honest. I didn't have that many followers, maybe 12 to 15,000 followers something. When I was at those many followers, I reached a company from India, like Delhi. They reached out. It was some app, some educational app that they wanted to promote, and they gave me like I don't again remember, but 18,000 rupees something. That was like 5, 6, 700 dirhams, and for like one reel, 2, 3 stories and all of that. And I was earning that time, so that money wasn't like, oh wow, this is life changing, but it was like, wow, there is money, right? Like someone's paying you money for just posting a video. I mean, of course it's a lot more than that, but yeah, just posting a video. And I was like, man, this can work. And then I just started focusing more, once every month or like twice every, like, not too much. Like I wasn't making like a lot of money, but yeah, I would get like 1, 2 collaborations. A lot of brands would keep sending PR stuff and all that. And then I slowly, like, things were like picking up and all that. And that's when I met my now husband. I met Azman, and I remember we did one video, and I was actively like creating content, making a bit of money, like a few thousand dirhams on the side. And that time I was very happy with that. And then I met Azman, and when we decided to get married, I wanted to do like a hard launch, like, you know, like, oh, this is my boyfriend. So I put up like a video of him and me, and it crossed like over 1 million views. And like once a week I would create some random trend or something, some video with him, and every video of ours would be like a minimum million views. Like I have had videos with him in the initial days, we've had like 10 million views, 1 million likes, 7 million views. Like that was like a standard. Like if I'm doing a video with him, it would have those many views. And slowly I started gaining followers, a lot of brands started reaching out. So Azman, again, he is not a camera person at all, he is not a social media person at all. He's one of those people who just posts like once every 2 years, like, or reshares something if someone's tagged him. He's that kind of person. He was not quite comfortable, but then he saw what I saw, maybe that okay, it is my passion. But a lot of people think, oh, you're on Instagram, you're sharing your whole life there. But again, it depends where you draw the line, right? So that's where he saw that okay, I know where to draw a line. Like I share moments which I know can be shared on Instagram. And again, it's to each its own. Every creator is different, every creator draws a line wherever they want to draw a line. So I was like, okay, what if we start doing couple content, because it was working so well. So many brands used to reach out and they loved that our content was very real, very relatable. Like it was not like a very made up in Dubai, this is a Dubai life kind of content. And then we started creating content together. Now this was going really well. I was getting like, again, same 1-2 collabs a month. But of course, the more number of followers you have, if you're making okay, I'm not going to reveal any numbers here of how much I make or how much you can be making, because that's not something I'm comfortable with. So I'm just going to give you references, okay? So let's say if you have like 100,000 followers, you're charging like 1,000, 2,000 for a reel or whatever. But if you have 200,000 followers, you can maybe charge 8,000 or 10,000 or 20,000 or whatever, however your engagement is. So of course, we were still getting like 1-2 collabs a month, but I was making good money. Like there were months where I was making more money than my actual salary. Like there were those kind of months as well. And then some months I would make like half of my salary. So it was really good. But now things changed where so a bit about my job. So I had a very hectic job. I was in business together with my family, but my job was very hectic. I would have crazy busy weekends. I was into events and sales and a lot of things. So I would be working like, some months I would be working like 2-3 weeks in a row without any day offs. And it was something, it was that time was my dream job. Like what I was doing, it was my dream job at that time. And I loved it, but I wouldn't deny the fact that it was exhausting me a lot. Like it was exhausting me like way too much. So last year I had a life-changing moment where we had gone to South Africa, and Azman and I met an accident. Now, don't want to talk much about it, but it was a very life-changing moment for me, because sometimes when you face, like, don't want to be morbid, but you face death. Oh my god, I don't like saying all these things. Okay, so your perspective about life changes, and that's what happened to me. Like it was that moment when I realized that I am really passionate about my work. There was one thing, was that I am passionate about my work. I want to do something in life, and if tomorrow something were to happen to me, touch wood, I am in a great relationship with my husband. I have married the best man for me. I have my amazing family. I have amazing people around me. The only regret I would have is if I didn't do the work that I actually want to do. That was my goal. And that's when after like a month or so, when we recovered from the whole accident and bit, like I got busy with work and stuff. So this happened in August, and in December I spoke to Azman that okay, this is what I have been going through. Like these are the thoughts I've been going through. Like I have something I am actually passionate about, like, which was creating content. Like no matter what happened in life, I always created content. And I told him that this is something I really want to do. I was really scared. Like I was really scared to take that leap. Let me fix before this falls. I was really scared to take that leap, because you actually have a job which you've been doing for like 9-10 years, and you are good at it, okay? But the only thing is, it's maybe exhausting you a little, and then you have a job which you don't know is gonna work. It is working a little bit, but will it like overcome this, and would you be able to take that kind of success? So I was actually leaving something which was, I would say, comfortable for something that might not be comfortable, and that was very difficult decision to make. And while I was going through this whole thing of should I do it, should I not do it, and I finally took a decision that I am turning 30 next year. Like this was me last year, that I'm turning 30 next year, and if I don't do this, I'm going to regret it for the rest of my life that I didn't do it. Worst thing that could, and this was actually Azman who I would have these thoughts and I would keep doing back and forth of yes, no, karu, nahi karu, and Azman would like always be like, he is, oh my god, he's such a gem. he would be telling me that, Divya, if there is one thing I know that I'm confident about, is if you put your heart to something, there is no way you're not getting success in those things, because I am an extreme. I'm an extreme. If I either I do something or I don't do something. If I'm doing something, I would make sure I put all my heart. I'm at it 100%. So it's like, if you don't achieve success in this, I would stop believing in like dreams or achieving your dreams and stuff like that, because you are gonna do it. Trust me. Like he was, and when I told other people about my thoughts and all, they'd be like, influencer full time, really? Like, like with the reactions that they would give me, I'd be like, in my head, I'm like, it's like they're trying to tell you that she would learn the hard way. Like she would definitely learn the hard way, because isko bhi fancy lag raha that she would do it and all that. But what is it? Is it even a job? I would get those kind of responses. Nobody would say it on the face, but I know everybody except Azman had at some point has given me that kind of response, and that would really hurt me. And I would come back and I would tell him, and he would keep saying the same thing. Do it, you're gonna regret it. And I was like, okay, fine. And see, the good thing was that I was actually making money. There had been points where I was making money, like I said previously, more than my salary. There were some months like that, so I knew that there was potential. So that was of course there, but then again, you're leaving something which is already good for something which you think you can make it better. Anyways, so that's what the whole journey was. And now I think I've covered everything. Now I'm gonna go have lunch, and we will go to Midif City Center to collect my lenses. I'll be wearing this, okay, and then I don't know, maybe come back and talk about the third part of the week. It's Tuesday, it's 2:30-ish something right now, and I'm here. I finished my work, everything in the morning. I had 2-3 collabs to edit and do all of that. I finished that. Now I'm on my way to the mall. I've come here, pick up coffee. I'll go in the mall, chill for like an hour, like do all the stuff, and then I come back home. I might have like little 1-2 hours of work again, but then that's it, right? So I just love this convenience that I've created for myself, which is, I'm so thankful to this job that, of course, for you to feel convenient and you to feel happy, the job has to work, and the validation is you making money. If you're not making money, if brands are not collaborating with you, I don't think any job would be as successful, because that is the biggest parameter. And I'm so happy that this job lets me do that. Anyways, now I am driving. Oh shit, sorry. Oh my god. Okay, I'm not wearing my seatbelt. I'm just gonna stop. Okay, now I'm gonna drive, go to the mall. I would find it so cringe, like if 1 year back you'd tell me that go to a mall and like record a video while you're talking and stuff, like I still find it, I'm very uncomfortable even now when it comes to like shooting in public. But then you reach a stage where you're like, okay, this is work. If you're gonna be uncomfortable, if you're gonna be shy, you're not doing any good for yourself. So you need to get through that phase. And I think slowly I still feel uncomfortable, but then I'm like, fuck it, just do it, it's your work. Now the third part of the video, which is me after my life as an influencer after quitting my job. Now I'll talk about this in 2 ways. One is the emotional journey, and second is the professional journey. So the emotional journey, the moment I left my job, like I said, I used to have a very hectic, busy life, and then from that I went to not having a hectic, busy life. That was one of my biggest challenges, because I literally was doing nothing. And that's when I started my 90 days fitness challenge, because I wanted to do something that would keep me occupied. So I would literally work out like in the morning and also in the evening, because I had to keep myself occupied. I had to have something to work towards, because it's not like when I quit my job the brands are like, acha Divya ne kaam chhod diya, abhi jao iske sath kaam karo. It was not like that. So I started doing to emotionally make myself feel less useless, because that's how I felt. I started doing, one is working out, like I gave myself the 30 days fitness challenge. The second thing I started doing is, because see, though I was creating content and though I have worked with a lot of brands before, but I wasn't hardcore doing it, right? So I didn't have any contacts in the community. I didn't know anything. So what my first step was, like, let's just start reaching out to brands, let's just start reaching out to agencies, and let's start meeting people. So I started meeting whoever I knew would give me like 1 hour of their time over coffee, or just to understand how this industry works. I would call people, like any influencer friends or something I'd been following, to see if I could get some guidance. And see, to be very honest, I'm not trying to be rude or something, but I didn't learn much, but it just helped me calm down. It just occupied my mind. And I'll tell you one straight formula with this influencer thing, okay, with this whole influencer journey: knowing people, knowing the community, all that is secondary. I realized this after like 1-2 months of putting a lot of hard work in connecting with people, sending emails, sending cold emails to brands, to agencies and all that is secondary. The first thing is your content. If my content is good, I don't need to reach out to anybody. Everybody would reach out to me because not even one person replied to my emails, not even one agency, not even one brand entertained any of these emails or calls. And that's when I was like, I am dedicating all my time in improving my content. And within a month of doing that, so many brands, like literally, I'm not even joking, guys, I'm not trying to boast about me or something, but at least had 2 to 3 brands or agencies who were reaching out to me on a daily basis. It's because I started working on my content game, and I forgot about reach out to people, build connections and all that. That is secondary. Okay, that comes later on. When you've established a platform, like that's when you need to maintain these relationships. So now if I work with an XYZ brand, now I have to maintain a relationship with them because I want to work with them in the future as well. But initially it's all based on content. Whole social media game is about content. If your content is not good, how is brand going to reach out to you? If you don't have engagement, why would the brand spend on you? एक बार गलती से brand ने spend कर भी लिया, but if you don't have the engagement, they will see the results and they'll be like, you're not worth working with. A question I got asked is, how do I get a manager, like, you know, to do all the deals for me and all? Again, I'm being very honest. Since I left in past 2 months, this is the second manager I've hired. Like I've started working with, because I'm new, so I don't know what to expect. So, you know, I'm just exploring the whole market situation and all that. So see, for me, the manager that I've hired, the whole job is that it is intense. Like this influencer thing is not just that, oh, ek video post karne ke you get thousands of dirhams, right? It's not like that. There is so much work. It's like running your own business. Firstly, your content has to be on point. Every day your content has to be on point. Plus, when a brand approaches you, negotiation, sending them emails, finalizing a concept, working on that concept, shooting it, editing it, raising an invoice, following up on the payment. So there is like a whole business that you're running. And I was finding it very difficult being client facing, and I wanted someone to handle that part for me. So that's why I've hired a manager. And so far, in past 3-4 months, whatever it has been, 95% of my work is come because of my content. It has not come because of the manager I have or who it is. It is because of my content, what kind of content I create. Brands reach out to me, and then once we worked with these brands, they see my engagement, they like the views or whatever they've got, and based on that they come back to me again. So that's again, everything has been on mine. So having a manager is not going to get you anywhere if your content is not good. Like you might be able to get like 1-2 deals, but again, you have to reach in, right? Like you need to show results. In the end, the whole whatever model that you're building has to be sustainable, and that can only be sustainable if you have a strong base, which is your content game has to be strong, your engagement has to be good. One of the biggest advice I can give you is this: when you're trying to be an influencer, don't do the mistake I did, okay? Which is, I always used to feel that I have to be a certain way to create content. Okay, I have to look a certain way to create content, I have to edit a certain way to create content, I have to talk a certain way to create content. And I was such an idiot to think this way, because if I had cleared this stupid idea of mine, I think I would have benefited far earlier in my influencer career than right now. Because see, Instagram or social media is a place where there is space for everyone. Okay, one thing you need to realize: if you make foolish content, there is space for that. If you make cringe content, there is space for that. If you make couple content, there is space for that. If you make fashion, there is space for that. If you make ugly fashion, there is space and followers for that as well. So you don't need to be like, you need to find something that's true to you. For me, I always used to be like, I need to look a certain way, I need to always do makeup, I need to show up like in a certain way. Then I realized that is not me. That's not coming naturally to me. Like sometimes I just feel like I'm in no makeup and I feel like showing up online, and trust me, that is what worked for me. Like people like that my content is real, that I don't try to create a persona, and that's what works. And I'm not saying that, okay, creating a persona or showing high fashion and all doesn't work. No, for some people that they are like that, like they love dressing up, they love having a lavish lifestyle, and when they post that, it works for them because that's them. But for me, I'm not that kind of person, so I cannot be like a crazy person dressing in like Gucci and whatever like kind of outfits, because that is not me. So you need to figure out what's your style of content, and that would only come if you're being true to yourself. The second rule is that for you to be consistent on Instagram, you need to create something that's sustainable. So I had mentioned this earlier as well. I stopped doing couple reels of me and Azman because it was not sustainable for us. We would literally force ourselves to do, like on a Saturday, we would do like 7 to 10 reels together, because on weekdays he's working, I'm working, we're tired in the evening, making reels and all was so difficult. And I was like, man, this is not sustainable, and it could be seen in my content that I'm trying to push something out which is not sustainable. So I had to move to something which is true to me, which is sustainable. And if you try to do fake things here, how can you make it sustainable, right? With content and making money, 3 things. One is, if you're trying to make money off any social media, focus on your content. It might take time for you to make money, but the day you make money, there's no going back. Focus on your content. Fuck everything, emails, how to write emails, how to reach out to agencies and all that. People are waiting, like agencies, companies are waiting to find influencers who are doing crazy things. So you need to do something crazy, you need to do something nice, you need to do something that's true to yourself. That's what brands are going to come and work with you. Second is, don't try to be someone else, be yourself, because when you do that, everybody is so unique. When you tap into your uniqueness, that's when your content is going to work, because that's when you're going to stand out from what others are doing. And third is, pick a style of content that is sustainable, because for consistency you need something that is sustainable. You need to do something that you can do every day for the rest of your life, or at least for a year till you get like really famous on Instagram. Okay, so these are my top 3 tips. Now the last one I want to end on is the money making bit of it. See, the whole journey of mine in the past 3 months I started off with 1-2 collabs. When these were retainers. I got like a couple of brands who paid me like for 3-4 reels, so it helped me survive for like initial 1-2 months, so I didn't have to really worry. And then the main season I left at the right time, because Diwali and end of the year is the season. So to just give you a glimpse of how successful this business can be, like in just this 1 month of Diwali, I have literally made 4 times my salary in just this 1 month. Okay, I'm not disclosing any numbers. I told you I'm not comfortable with that, but I've literally made that much amount in just this 1 month, because it's a season. I might not be making this amount of money every month, but that's the thing. So now, so far, if I have to say, am I successful? I think I am, because since I left, for every month I have actually earned more than the salary that I quit at. So I've actually earned a lot more than that, and this month it has been record breaking because I made 4 times my salary. So yes, it has been successful, and the only reason it was successful is because my content was on point, maybe. So yeah guys, I think that's a wrap. I hope I covered everything in this video. Let me know if you have any questions. Maybe if I make a part 2 or something, I'll try to cover in that. Also, I would love to know what more videos would you like to see on this channel. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for giving me your time, because I try to keep it as real as possible. I love you all. Thanks. Bye. See you in the next video.